If you like razzle-dazzle, we're going to stun and stagger you today on the Express. It's kind of cool. It's like my own crystal ball. On today's show,
some of the brands are super exclusive.
West Coast style. See what new lines are causing a frenzy on the local fashion scene.
It's great to see more designers in Vancouver. We get a bad rap for being sort of the Gore-Tex town.
The wedding bells. Sarah says I do in one of the most romantic cities in the world. Kendo. Find out why this ancient sport lasts the test of time.
We are showing so many different ideas that are so easy to do.
Hycroft Manor. How to create holiday decor that would make Martha Stewart proud. See that and more local expression. On the show, this is the official start to the holiday season. Welcome to the Express, only on Shaw TV. I'm Johanna Ward. A Vancouver tradition, an Express tradition. It's Christmas at Hycroft. 'Twas the night before Christmas at Hycroft, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, save a lone toy caboose. The baubles were hung by the chimney with care, because the University Women's Club knows we'll all soon be there.
We expect about 5,000 people, and it is the kickoff to the Christmas season. And we hope that many people come, many more people than 5,000.
They've decked the halls with boughs of holly and tra-la-la-la-la'd with ornaments designed to make us feel jolly.
The ornaments, that's the Christmas shop, and the Christmas shop is run by the club, and they are amazing.
If you're dreaming of a white Christmas, get inspired by the visiting designers from table to tree. Or if you're more into the merry and bright, like me, they'll give you lots of fodder for the fireplace.
Well, it's not just a craft fair. Many people think it's a craft fair, but it's basically a design fair as well, because we are showing so many different ideas that are so easy to do if you just had the little knowledge.
St. Nick's in the study, the wrapped parcels are stacked, but it's Hycroft herself that keeps us all coming back.
House is 100 years old this year. It's our major fundraising event, but it's used to maintain the house, but also to provide bursaries and scholarships. And we have a number of them at universities and colleges in the Vancouver area.
The website is uwcvancouver.ca for tickets and information. Christmas at Hycroft runs through this weekend until Sunday, November the 20th. Now, because it is a heritage building, wheelchairs only have access to this main floor, and unfortunately, buggies and strollers are not able to be accommodated. Now, there's nothing heritage about our next feature. Vancouver's growing fashion scene recently had two big names throw down in town. Not only does West Coast Style's Mansour have all the details, she's also taking us right to the heart of the action.
Pacific Center's West Coast Style is brought to you by Pacific Center.
The West Coast is one of the most beautiful places on the planet, and I'm on the hunt to make sure that the people here look just as good as where they live. I'm Mansour, and I'm a lifestyle journalist searching for the most cutting-edge fashion and beauty hotspots, deals, and tips, all in our own backyard. I'll do the shopping so you don't have to. This is West Coast Style. The West Coast is often the forgotten coast when it comes to receiving the cutting edge of fashion. But things are slowly starting to change. It was our city that played host to two of the hottest fashion launches this season, helping to secure Vancouver on the global style map. Vancouver has gotten a new injection of glamour thanks to the Bay downtown. We're here at the official launch of The Room, a new luxury shopping experience offering customers a taste of brands from the catwalks of Paris, Milan, and New York. The Room's opening drew a diverse crowd from the local and international fashion elite, including its critics, the fashion bloggers. Do you think this is a step towards the right direction to get people more inspired?
Absolutely. Some of the brands are super exclusive and you rarely see them in any retailer, so it's amazing that they're carrying them in Vancouver. I think people need to catch up and start taking more risks and getting out of their yoga pants.
The bloggers weren't the only ones giving the room their approval. The launch also included the support of some of Canada's favorite television personalities. I'm here with Anna and Christina from the Grocery Bags to get their take on the beautiful room at the Bay downtown Vancouver.
It's great to see more designers in Vancouver. We get a bad rap for being sort of the Gore-Tex town, and I think, as you can see tonight, that's not true.
I'm here with the beautiful Jessie Cruikshank of MTV and E-Talk fame. How are you, Jessie?
I'm good now with that introduction.
Well, we don't lie here on West Coast Style.
We don't lie in the West Coast. We keep it real.
How does it feel to see so much glamour injected into your hometown?
It's amazing. The room is my favorite place to shop, and I mean, to go broke as well.
How do you think that this is leading to the future of Vancouver having its own kind of fashion niche in the global scale?
Now we have an amazing collection of restaurants. We have a good art scene, and fashion is coming as well.
I think there's no better place for the room to be than the Bay. I mean, the Bay to me is Canada.
Jessie, you look fabulous in the fabulous The Room, and we love speaking to you. Thank you.
Well, I love speaking to you.
But perhaps the most anticipated opinion came from the woman chosen to represent The Room across Canada. I am here with the beautiful Canadian supermodel Jessica Stam. Vancouver especially kind of gets a bad rap. We're not really considered a fashionable city sometimes.
I never heard that. Vancouverites deserve to shop luxury fashion brands. Just look around the room. You can see the fashion.
Another fashion boost came from luxury retailer Tiffany's. But this time, it wasn't only their diamonds that were catching our eye. This is the first time in Tiffany & Co.'s 175-year history that they've launched a handbag leather collection, thanks to the talents of two New York designers. To celebrate the launch, Tiffany's hosted an intimate and very fitting breakfast at Tiffany's, where among mimosas and sparkling diamonds, guests got their first look at the new leather collection. What did you guys keep in mind when trying to kind of embrace the legacy that Tiffany's is in your handbag?
Well, we really wanted to be true to our design. We're obviously inspired by the jewelry collection, but it was a big challenge to create something that could parallel and sit next to it.
We watched Breakfast at Tiffany constantly. I'm kidding. Primarily what we did was work on the quality and the craftsmanship.
What did you think of all those great handbags?
They were absolutely gorgeous. What I really am impressed is just the selection and the variety.
I love the details that they have with that sort of Tiffany blue on the inside and on some of the small accessory details.
I hope that going into Christmas, a lot of these handbags will be under the Christmas tree. Vancouver's fashion footprint may be still growing, but it's reaching new ground thanks to established powerhouses taking a chance on our fair city. More options means more inspiration, so go out and take a look. I'm Mansour for West Coast Style.
Pacific Center's West Coast Style has been brought to you by Pacific Center.
If you want more fashion inspiration for your closet, you can view those launch collections online at hbc.com and tiffany.ca. You're watching The Express at Christmas at Hycroft, and we have more beautiful decor, plus these stories coming up. The wedding bells. What happens when the big day finally arrives? Kendo, why this ancient sport lasts the test of time. You're watching local TV on The Express.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by...
The Express is brought to you in part by Plum, fashion supplier to host Johanna Ward.
This holiday season, you can help a family with a child in need through Timmy's Christmas Telethon in support of the BC Lions Society for Children with Disabilities. Watch Shaw TV Channel 4 on Sunday, December 4th and help make a difference in their lives.
Welcome back to The Express at Hycroft Manor, all decked out for their Christmas fundraiser. If you stop by this weekend, you can find all kinds of awesome homemade goodies, everything from jellies to jewelry. But if you're really looking for some warm fuzzies, you can't miss today's Wedding Bells feature. After watching her plan her wedding for a year and a half, Sarah finally says I do, as Aubrey says, chin chin.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Wedding Bells.
I just got engaged.
And I did not. We're on an adventure to plan the big day.
I want to do a surprise groom's corner at the wedding. I found the perfect candy for my family at my wedding.
Should I take vitamins before my wedding? I like this for my wedding, this idea. Everybody who's coming to my wedding is married.
I'm so excited to be marrying a Chinese man.
I can't wait to get married!
Let's face it, it's been a long time coming.
It's my wedding day in Tuscany. I will always remember a magical filled day that started off with the most beautiful bridesmaids.
Except
Aubrey Arneson.
This non-bridesmaid needed direction.
Just go get ready, I'll meet you down there.
As Aubrey Joy Photography captured the memories, I had found my seat and... That's right, folks. Sarah had a bagpiper in Italy.
I'm Scottish. I love bagpipes. My entire life, I've dreamt of having my dad walk me down the aisle. As we exchanged our vows, we were surrounded by love, our grandparents' memory, our parents, family, and friends.
More important than finding someone.
Don't forget the 10 baby flower girls. And then a miracle happened.
So I promise to try to meet you in this middle with this thing called a budget.
And of course the dogs.
You won't admit it to me or anybody else here. You love Mr. Mop in Brooklyn just
And then it happened.
We now pronounce you husband and wife.
Jody, you may kiss your bride.
I was Mrs. Sarah Groundwater Law and never happier. We took our first walk as husband and wife, and then we celebrated basking under the Tuscan sun.
It was more like baking under the Tuscan sun.
Really? I'm so happy to go.
Okay, Aubrey. Chianti, bruschetta, antipasti, wild mushroom risotto, even a roasted pig, and a warm breeze in the air.
A dinner in Italy is about 4 hours long, so we started a table decorating contest. Sarah's mom got her face painted, and so did you know who.
And Aubrey came out looking like a clown in a horror movie. Here's the truth. My wedding day, it wasn't perfect. But it was all of the mishaps and magic that created the memories we'll cherish forever.
The memory I'll never forget is of a beautiful bride and her very own Prince Charming. It's Sarah's wedding vision that had us all in a land far, far away, witnessing a modern-day fairy tale.
For Shaw TV, we're the Wedding Bells.
You haven't seen the last of the wedding bells. Now that Sarah has said I do, her and Aubrey are ready to help you plan your dream wedding. Imagine getting married here at Hycroft Manor in Vancouver. I think that's another story, because up next on The Express, we have helmets, body armor, and 4-foot-long swords being swung at each other. Kendo. It's not an art of war. It's a sport that challenges the mind and the spirit.
With sword in hand and dressed in heavy armor, these fighters are ready to channel their ki.
Ki is this inner power, this inner strength that allows us to do things that we otherwise couldn't do.
It's a key tenet of Kendo, or Japanese fencing. Here at the Pine Tree Community Center in Coquitlam, pairs of combatants are squaring off in a duel for points.
Kendo's a pretty simple art. When you're facing each other, the attempt is to try and strike the head, or the front hand, or the body on either side, or there's a thrusting action to the throat.
If the strike is done with power, focus, timing, and spirit, the fighter is awarded 1 point. 3 points wins a match. Kendo, which means the way of the sword, dates back hundreds of years to the days of the samurai. Generations of skilled fighters cultivated sword fighting techniques based on the principles of Zen Buddhism, techniques that were used in times of war.
But when peace broke out, they now needed a way of practicing without killing each other. That's when armor was developed and when the shinai was developed. The shinai is made out of 4 pieces of bamboo, held together with a leather handle and a leather pocket for the tip, and this becomes the weapon which we use to practice with, called a shinai.
Together with the body armor and helmet, fighters are able to engage in full contact sword fighting just as the samurai did hundreds of years ago. But fighting is not the purpose of Kendo. Bruce says this is more an exercise of personal development than physical force.
Learning how to become more confident, more spiritually powerful, more comfortable in stressful situations, to be able to manage yourself with grace and power, even when the situation is not optimal.
And I focused on how I relate and deal with situations outside of the dojo as well as inside. It is more of a character development, really, for me.
Because in learning discipline, honor, and respect, the way of the sword becomes a way of life. I'm Tim Chung in Coquitlam for The Express.
It takes decades to become a Kendo master, and the highest rank is only given out in Japan. To find out about programs near you, the BC website is bckf.com. You're watching The Express, and it's time now for our spotlight on local events. Girls' Night Out in Steveston. It's a festive after-hours shopping and dining event. Get a head start on your Christmas shopping, dine, and socialize all at the same time. The Arts Club Theatre Company presents The Patron Saint of Stanley Park at the Review Stage on Granville Island. Tune in to CKNW AM 980 for the 34th annual CKNW Orphans Fund Pledge Day and help raise funds for underprivileged, deserving youth in BC. And of course, Christmas at Hycroft runs this weekend through to Sunday, November 20th. It's not just the amazing decorations, but you can also shop the nonprofit boutiques upstairs, the artisans downstairs, and the not-to-miss famous culinary creations in the Coach House outside. There's also lots of entertainment and Santa Claus, too. Thanks for watching The Express only on Shaw TV. We're going to leave you with a preview of Dance in Vancouver that starts next week, and we thank you for watching. Happy holidays.